Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Comfortable and this is Gist to Comfy. If you're new on this channel guys, you're highly welcome. Do want to hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell, in that way you get to know when I post a new video. Yeah guys, so today I'm just going to be having a chit chat with you guys today, and as I'm doing that I'll just be going around my facials, my therapy, because I don't know if you guys can see, I've been having rashes on my face lately. I don't know if to call it rashes or if to call it reaction, but I don't think I'm actually reacting to anything because I haven't changed my soap for a very long time now. I haven't changed my cream. So what exactly am I reacting to? But I don't know, and I've just been having the rashes on my face. So I told my mom about it and she recommended this for me. So I'm just going to be using it on my face. Then if actually it works for me, I'm going to still come back here and tell you guys everything about it and how you could get it in case you have the same issue. So first of all, she told me I should use a methylated spirit to clean my face before applying it. So after cleaning my face with the methylated spirit, the methylated spirit is to help remove any other impurity on the face, so that when once I apply this on the face, it's just going to work perfectly for me according to her. So when I try it out, if actually it works for me, I'm going to tell you. So I'm just going to use a gauze. I'm with a gauze here. I'm going to use a gauze to apply this methylated spirit on my face to cleanse it. Then from there I'll apply this. So as I'm doing that, we are just going to be talking. I'm just going to be discussing with you guys, and the topic I'm actually going to be talking about today is about my experience when I was in the hospital. If actually you've been following me, you remember I said I went to the hospital to stay with a friend that gave birth. So yeah, I actually spent my last weekend in the hospital and I saw something that got me worried, and I was like, okay, when I come here, I'm going to talk to you guys about it. Guys, this is how the gauze looks like. So I actually thought about it and I was like, okay, when I come, I'm going to talk to you guys about the stuff. And it's actually about this issue of CS. If you don't know what CS is, CS means cesarean section. So some women, like my friend gave birth, so we actually I've applied the methylated spirit, so I'm just going to apply it on my face. So we're actually in the antenatal and postnatal part of the hospital, where people come in to give birth and all that and everything. Guys, it's very, oh my god. So people do come in to give birth. So I now notice that Nigerian mentality towards CS is very terrible. I don't know why it's like that. Guys, I'm tearing. The methylated spirit is just making me tear. I don't know why Nigerian mentality towards CS is like that. I had to come and ask my parents, because if actually you know me well, you know that my dad is a medical doctor and my mom is a nurse. She's not only a nurse, she studied nursing and midwifery, so she's actually a midwife too. It's not just general nursing only, so she's a midwife. So I came to talk to her about it and I was like, mommy, why is it that people have this mentality of as if CS is one archaic thing, or maybe if you actually have a CS, you're not blessed, or maybe you are cursed or that kind of thing. So my mom got talking to me. She actually told me that CS is not a bad thing. That CS, like, there are two methods of giving birth. Is either you give birth naturally or you give birth via CS. If actually you're giving birth via CS, it's actually a method of bringing out your child for you. So the only thing you're supposed to be praying is, God, let me be safe, let me be alive, let my baby be alive. That's what you're supposed to be thinking about. It doesn't matter any of the methods that they use in bringing out the child for you. If you give birth naturally, fine for you. But if you can't give birth naturally, which could be due to some factors, it could be that the baby is too big, like maybe you overfed and the baby is just way too big and you can't push it out, fine, CS is recommended. Or in a situation that the mother is losing strength, she has been pushing for a while and she's losing strength, or maybe the fetus is already like in distress and the baby needs to be brought out before any other thing happens. In all those kind of cases, CS is actually recommended. Why? To save the life of the mother and the child. But I now come to realize that in Africans and our African mentality, or should I say Nigerians, let me just use the word Nigerians, or let me say, yeah, Nigerian mentality, most of the times, if, hold on guys, Well, guys, most of the times, Nigerian mentality about CS, she actually say when I'm done, I should keep it to set for like 20 minutes or thereabout. Then when it's done setting, I could just wash it off. So yeah, that's it for now. So I'm gonna leave it to set for about 20 minutes. So you now notice that a lady, when once the person, okay, most of the times it's not even the ladies only, the husbands or maybe the mother-in-laws. Okay, there's this scenario when I was in the hospital, like 3 people actually, during the period I stayed there, 3 people actually gave birth to CS. One of out of the three, one, the baby survived and the mother survived, but the other two, they lost their children. What happened? The other one's due date was supposed to be September. So since that September, she went to a TBA, that's a traditional birth attendant, to help her in the delivery. And when they went there, the delivery was tough. The woman was telling her not to go to the hospital, that if she goes to the hospital, she's going to die. You know, TBAs always have things to do with this a cage belief, like doing all this like prayer houses to TBAs. Most of the times do relate it with prayer houses. Guys, it's like this thing is beginning to work, because I'm having that feeling of, you know, when something is working on your face, I'm having that feeling of like it wants to itch. It's like entering, this kind of hot thing, like that kind of feeling. So she actually went to the hospital to give birth, and the to the TBA. The TBA told her that if she actually goes to the hospital, she was gonna die, that the thing needs operation, that she shouldn't go for operation. And this lady actually stayed back, she didn't go for the operation, and her due date was September. Before you know, September passed, and this October, towards ending of October, this lady came to the hospital to give birth. And at this point, the doctors already found out that the baby was already dead in the stomach and is already decaying in the womb. So they had to rush her to the theater. Finally, they've done the operation and they brought out the baby dead, and the baby was already decaying. So the lady is already like, pus is coming out of her stomach and everything because of the decayed baby. So she's even battling for her life, because nobody even knows if she's going to survive. So what's the gain? Something you would have just gone to the hospital and your baby will be removed for you in good health, and you too in good health. And there's this other lady that came, the one that the baby actually made it, because along the line, me and the lady got talking, because she's a young girl, so this is her first child, and she just got married too. So she's like, she was very young, so she was like somebody I could have a chat with. So we discussed. She was telling me that she was having, like, her baby weighed 4 point something kg. So she was even happy that the CS happened. She was just telling me that had it been she even knew that this is how the CS is, that it's not going to really do anything, that she wouldn't have even gone through the stress of even bearing the labor pains in the first place. So she actually told me that when they brought her into the hospital, she was already in too much pain, and coupled with the fact that she's a first-time mom, it's her first pregnancy, she didn't actually know what to expect. So that the baby, it was just too painful. She was, even my friend told me that the lady literally was crawling on the ground. The nurses were trying to make her to go to her bed. She was just on the ground and everything. So, and she wasn't dilating, it was just still in 2 centimeters and everything. So they had to take her to the theater, and she was already losing strength and everything. So she was not telling me, the lady now was not telling me that had it been she even knew that taking her to the theater was not even going to, it's going to subside the whole pains and everything, that she would have gone to theater since. She started telling me that before, when they took her to the theater, she just immediately gave her the anesthesia. She just realized that she just slept, and that at first she was actually thinking she was going to be bearing the pain, or the thing is still going to pain her, or she's going to watch them do the whole stuff. But immediately she slept, she said she was even having fantasies. She saw her husband in the sleep. It was just like she was chatting with people over the other side, and she was just seeing her husband. She was just playing and everything. Before you knew it, when she finally woke up, she saw her baby. I was not telling her, okay, so how are you feeling now? Is it still paining you too bad? She said no, she's not feeling the pain like that. It's just a little bit of the pain, like the stitching, like the stitches. Now when she got the stitches, and she's just getting a little bit pain from there. That the only thing is that, as every other normal lady that just finished giving birth, you know, they'll bring food for the person will eat, but she has not been eating since the day she had her operation, which is just the normal thing. So her food is just the drip for the meantime. And as she was even talking to me, she was already up and about. She was standing and she was talking to me. She was already strolling, and because they actually transferred her to another ward, so she actually strolled down to our ward before I had this conversation with her. So she was already like strong and everything. She was like, I didn't mean she knew this was it though, since she would have recommended the CS for herself. So I was not like, are you serious? She was not like that. Some women don't actually know this, so they will now feel like, okay, if I have the CS or whatever. That one is it about her. And even when her husband came, because her husband wasn't around when this whole thing happened, she actually signed for her CS. So when the husband came, the husband was happy. The husband was like, with this kind of baby that they wanted the wife to push, I beg you, that is even happy that the wife actually gave birth through the CS. And I was like, okay, these are people that are more civilized. They actually know that there's no biggie about it. So far as the mother is fine and the baby is fine, you move ahead. And there was this other scenario I actually experienced. This one happened to somebody very close to me, my own relative. She was actually supposed to give birth through CS too, and her mother-in-law was like that she gave birth normal, that she had the daughter-in-law have to also give birth normal. The mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law are not the same people now. It's not the same blood that's flowing through them. Even if it's the same blood, they are two different personalities. This might work for you, it might not work for the next person. So why make it compulsory that the person must actually go through the same process you went through? So this person actually labored, and labor wasn't coming. And the mother-in-law told the son that he should make sure he doesn't sign for that thing, that there's not going to be any form of CS in her house. And I started asking myself, which kind of husband are you? Did you marry your wife, or you're listening to your mother? Like, what the hell is happening here? And that was how this my a relative, because it is a very dear close relative to me, lost her first pregnancy like that. Later the baby died inside the woman. Later the operation was actually done and the baby was brought out dead. What's the sense in that? And she went in for the second one, the same thing happened. It was almost happening again, that she lost the baby, but through intervention, at least the baby was brought out again the second time through CS, and she made it with her baby. Now she's happy with her baby. So the thing here is, like, I just wish to talk to you guys on this topic so that maybe some mothers out there, some maybe first time moms, or even later, because you might not have a cesarean section in your first pregnancy, it might come in the second one. There are different factors that leads to it. So if at all you are in that kind of scenario, which we are not praying for, but if it happens, don't feel bad at all. It's not anything terrible. It's just for them to help you bring out your baby. Despite the fact that the scar will be there, but is it better to have a scar without a child? Is it not better to have the scar with your child and your baby alive? You and your baby alive? So I just wish I should talk to you guys on this topic so that you guys will like prepare your minds, and husbands too, like men, guys that are watching this video. Don't make your wife, like, don't stress your wife. If she can't push out the baby, you won't force her to. Like, there, if had it been it's her fault, she will want to push out that baby, but it's not her fault, she can't help it. So don't make it an issue, don't make it a big deal. Just encourage her, talk to her, and help her through the phase, and the baby will come out, the mother will be alive, the child too will be alive. So let us not use our hands and kill the blessings that God give to us by saying, I don't want to go for CS, it's only people that is witches and wizards, all those kind of stuff. It's not really necessary. So if at all is CS, go for the CS, provided you are alive, your baby is alive. It's just what we are praying for. Let the mother be alive and the baby alive. So that was actually what I thought I should come and share with you guys. Most of this maternal death and infant mortality, most of the times, do come through the same issue, something that would have been rectified, but because of our mentality and our beliefs, we don't want to. Actually, we know there is God is the omnipotent, omniscient, but in some cases you need to also listen to what your doctor tells you, and yeah, you will be fine. So yeah, that's actually what I thought I should come and share with you guys today on this channel, about the CS and our Nigerian mentality towards CS. It's not a bad thing at all. If at all it happens that you need to give birth to CS, go through it, and God will definitely see you through. So yeah, that was the topic I had for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy this video. If actually it made any sense to you or it helped you in one way or the other, just give it a thumbs up, share the video, and yeah, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. For now, remain blessed, and yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.